glad you're here to join me. We are still looking at our Class Dojo application, and we are actually going to explore all of the different features that we have in our Class Dojo classroom. So this is Miss Boykin 5C. I've added some students in here just so you can see the different features that we have. One of the things that I'll point out is that you can see right here in my last video I had 100%, but now that I've added some students, I only have 25%. So I can click right there where it says invite parents, and I can start sending those text messages or those emails that we were talking about right to those families so they can start to join. You'll be able to see that right here all the time, so you can just click it and you can just add the email or the phone number. You also have an attendance button. I know that we take attendance on our Power School, but one of the central themes around our school is we start leaderizing a lot of the tasks that we do. So I actually give this job to one of the students, and they go in and they take attendance for me right when they come to the school. So you just click attendance, and then you click on the student. So Boykin is here, but Kathy is not. So hers turns red, which means she's absent. John was here, but John came in late. So this is your late. But you also can say Courtney was here all day, but she left early. And so it is green and yellow. So red means that they are absent. The yellow by itself means that they are tardy, they were late. And then the green and yellow means that they came to school, but they left early for whatever reason. And then I go right here to where it says save attendance. And so you can see that Boykin and John are here currently. Kathy's absent, and Courtney left early. Now, you can always go back in and say, okay, Kathy came in late, and then, Courtney came back to school after her doctor's appointment. So you can save that as well. You'll notice that if the student is not here, that their monster will turn gray, so you can't add or take away points. There's also like an attendance report that you can print if you're ever needing to see, what students were here, what students were not here. If, maybe there's a question like, oh, I think she was there on the 2nd. You marked her absent in Power School. You just have this as a backup to see if she was there, if she wasn't. Totally up to you if you use it. You don't have to, but I just wanted to show that to you. You also have this really cool random feature. So if you are looking to bring some equity into your classroom as you're calling on different names, I like to use my Class Dojo random. Now, Kathy's name is not going to pop up because she's not at school today, but one of the other 3 will. So this is a great way for you to kind of hold those kids accountable for listening too. They never know who Class Dojo is going to call on because it's random. So I just click on random. It's Courtney's turn to answer the question. I've asked her some kind of question about what we're doing. She answered it. That was a great job. So I'm going to say she was participating. I also use this I'm going to select another random. I asked Boykin a question. She was actually off task while we were doing this. I don't really want to take any points away from her right now, but I do want her to notice that I saw that she was off task because I really want to curb that behavior. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And then I like to add notes. Okay, and then I just add that note right there just so I can remember, and then it communicates right to the parent because a lot of times what the parents want to know is, hey, I saw you took a point away from Boykin during the day, but she can't remember why you took it away, and so I want to ask you. So now that kind of takes some of that gray area out. Now we know exactly why the point was taken away. If you are doing maybe a group project or whatever activity that you are working on and there are multiple kids that you'd like to give points to, you can just select multiple. You will click the check mark, go to give feedback, and you can just say working hard. If you would like to add a note about working hard, you can do that too. You'll notice that it says add a note for 3 students. I can add the note for all 3 students, but it's going to send it individually. Okay, you also have a timer here if you are maybe doing like a quick, shoulder partner talk, turn to your shoulder partner and talk about X, Y, and Z. You have a timer here that you can set. And then you also have a stopwatch. You have a toolkit. In your toolkit, you'll have your timer. You have your random. You'll notice that the random and the timer are already down here. You have your group maker. So I love using this feature if I am making some impromptu groups. Like I know that we're going to do group work. I really don't want them with their besties. I want them to be with other people so they can learn how to communicate and collaborate with the entire class versus just their best friend. I will go to Group Maker. I will tell Class Dojo how many groups that I want. So I'll say I want 2 groups, and then Class Dojo will go ahead and group them the best way that they can. We'll go back to Toolkit. You have your noise meter. This is so much fun. When we are working on something that is super important, this is usually during our independent practice or during, our DOL time. It's when the classroom should absolutely be silent. It's not during a collaborative time. I will set the sensitivity, and then you'll see that as they're talking, and see I'm whispering right now, so it's just green and yellow. But as that voice level gets up, so does the bar. When it's in red, that's like our uh-oh zone, so we know we need to go ahead and bring that volume back down. You can set the sensitivity low, or you can set the sensitivity super high. That's kind of up to you, but it's a really cool feature. Then we'll go back to our toolkit. You have your think, pair, share. So this is great if you are, looking to add something to your morning meeting. This was fun for us. The students could actually go up and pick the question that they talked about. So what are you grateful for today? They're going to turn and talk to their partner during our morning meeting, talk about what they're grateful for. And then once they talked about it, I would go in and I would randomly select someone to come up and talk. And so John and his partner would come up to the front and they would tell us what they were thankful for. It's morning meeting, so they can pass if they do not want to share. But most of the time, the kids do want to share. And this is a great way for the kids not to think, oh my gosh, Miss Boykin always picks on Susie because that's her favorite. Nope, this is Class Dojo picking, not me. Kind of takes me out of it and takes that negative connotation out of the kids' minds. And then you also have music if you're looking to play music. You have the weather, and then you also have directions. So if you want the kids to have some directions as soon as they come into the classroom, you can write some directions on here and they can have that too. So during this Class Dojo clip, we looked at how we can add points, how we can add notes. We looked at some really cool features about Class Dojo. Thank you so much for joining me once again, and I will see you next time.